shakalaka, NFTs are becoming all the rage because you can literally 10 to 100x your investment in just days. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the ultimate NFT buyer's guide, how to pick out awesome projects. And if you stay tuned until the very end, I'm going to share with you the one NFT hack that will probably make you more money than anything else you could possibly do. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're talking about the ultimate NFT buyer's guide. Now, am I an NFT expert? No, but one thing that I'm very good at is picking out people who know a lot more than me and then learning from them. I'm going to share with you how to do that in this episode, plus also 2 awesome strategies for picking NFTs, how to make an absolute killing with NFTs. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love, where every week we give away one of these sweet shirts. Now, in case you guys missed it, TikTok Moments has their own NFT on Immutable X, Layer 2 version of OpenSea. And you can see here, there's roughly 4 days left, but already you could check out this auction, and you could see that as of right now, it's at roughly 6.8 ETH. That's a lot. I don't know, what is that, 20 grand? Something like that for this NFT. And here's the thing with NFTs. If you get into NFTs, you could very, very quickly multiply your money if you get limited supply NFTs before anyone else. So that being said, I think there's 2 basic strategies for NFTs. There's kind of the short-term and the long-term strategy. And with all types of investing, you need to know your entry and exit points, your exit strategy. So with short-term, actually, this is kind of very similar to real estate. With real estate, you have investors, like landlords, things of that nature, and you have fix and flippers. They have different time frames. One is short-term, one's long-term. With NFTs, it's the same thing. There's kind of the long-term NFT holder. There's the short-term NFT flipper. So let's take a look at these. First, we'll take a look at the long-term. Because if we believe in the whole NFT space, you would believe that over time, it's going to get better and better. Like, these NFTs are going to be like holding classic pieces of art in your portfolio. So you have to think, well, I would want to buy these projects and then hold on to them, not sell them. Just hold them because I know in the future it's going to be worth a lot more. It's almost like buying NFT or buying Bitcoin early on if you can get one of these very, very limited edition NFTs, which we'll talk about shortly, and then just hold on to it. Now, these would be established projects, ones that people already value. They would be already expensive, as we'll see. Some of them, you can't even put a price on them at this moment. And with these, there's less risk, arguably, because they're already established, and the reward is somewhat steady. And ideally, it would be a decent return on your investment unless the whole NFT market goes bust. Now, I don't foresee that happening in any time in the near future, but it certainly could. Now, with short-term projects, these are like the flippers. Basically, you think of the people who buy a house, fix it up, flip it, sell it. Well, with NFTs, you want to get involved in limited edition drops that ideally sell out. So they only have 10,000 pieces, all 10,000 sell out. You get your drops, and then you can sell them back on the market pretty quickly. Well, with this, instead of established projects, oftentimes they're unknown or new projects. So you don't exactly know how it's going to turn out. This could be one where you 10x your investment. This could be one where you lose money. You don't know. But they are cheap because you're just paying for the drop, so the minting fee, whatever that is. And then with these, higher risk, but potentially higher reward. And you kind of have to figure out which scenario you are looking at, whether you're a short-term or a long-term investor. Because if you are the short-term type, and I think that kind of using short-term initially to build up the amount of knowledge you have with NFTs and also the amount of money you have for NFTs, I think a great way to do it is consider short-term flipping until you can afford those longer-term, more established projects that you could buy and hold. And that seems to me like a very great way to go about it, because oftentimes what happens with the NFT prices is similar to what happens here with just any type of market price. We have the drop happening, and then all of a sudden it starts to get some traction, and everybody starts buying. The price goes up significantly, sometimes within even a few days after the drop or the minting, and then the price comes back down. Now, maybe not back down all the way, but there's this kind of the golden spot right here where you could sell for a significant profit before the market's saturated and price is discovered, and then price comes back down. So that being said, we kind of have two scenarios for how to buy NFTs. And we're going to take a look at some NFTs that you may have heard about, because these would be the more established projects, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many other NFT, what I would call experts, who we'll talk about later on in the episode, people who have been in it for a year now, and you're an expert. But basically, if you've been in NFTs for a year, you are an expert because you know more than anybody else out there. So if you purchase these established projects, these would be ones to aspire to own. So let's take a look at them. Well, first one would be CryptoPunks. Now, CryptoPunks, 10,000 items, only 3.1 thousand owners, and the volume trading is about 500,000 ETH. Now, the floor price right now is not listed because pretty much there aren't any for sale. People who have them are pretty much just holding on to them. So you can't really get them at this moment on OpenSea. The next one that actually has a floor price would be Bored Ape Yacht Club. This is another of the blue chip type of NFTs out there. Right now, floor price 37 ETH. Again, 10,000 items, 5.6 thousand owners, volume trade 185,000 ETH. Now, if we take a look at these you can actually bid on, you can actually purchase, and they are available, but they are pretty darn expensive. 37 ETH. That's a lot. That's like, what, $100,000? Something like that. So you could clearly own one of these, and these could potentially be something like having a Banksy or something on the wall of your house. Because if we do go to a metaverse type reality where everybody just lives in the metaverse, well, you could have this piece of art in your metaverse house and say that it's actually yours. But let's say this is a bit too expensive for you. Well, you could potentially take a look at some of the Solana projects out there. Now, these are the Degenerate Ape Academy, 67 Sol, roughly, I think that's right around $10,000. You could get one of these bad boys. And again, these are somewhat limited edition. They are considered the blue chip type of NFTs out there. But again, if these are too expensive for you, there's always other options. Things like the Doge Pound. I mean, look what happened with Dogecoin and Shiba and every other Shiba incarnate, but people love their dogs and cryptocurrency, and these ones are not nearly as expensive, with a 2.96 ETH, roughly a $10,000 price point, 10,000 items, 5.1 thousand owners, but you can be part of these communities. Now, some other NFTs that I didn't list here are things like passive income NFTs. Those are really cool ones to take a look at because you can actually generate money from holding these NFTs. But let's go on to some other NFTs you might want to consider if those were too expensive, because $10,000 is a lot of money for people to plop on digital art. Well, how about things like Immutable X? Because with Immutable X, you don't really have to pay as much to mint these. It's done on layer 2. So with these, they're only 0.63 ETH. So you're looking at like $2,000 as opposed to $10,000, but these are some of the more popular ones out there. Or if you wanted something on Solana and you did like the CryptoPunks, you could have Sol Punks. And these ones, right now, the floor price is 7 Sol. So that's, I think, around $1,000 right there. So you have things like this on Solana Punks. And if that's too expensive, you have things like Astro Bros, one of the more popular projects on Immutable X right now at 0.16 ETH. So that's not that much, a few $100s. But those are some things to kind of look at in terms of projects worthwhile to hold, kind of the blue chip, more established projects that you may want to work towards holding long term. Now, that being said, you may need to do some short-term flipping to be able to afford these projects. And that's a great thing to do because you can just flip and flip and flip and flip. And each flip, you may 2x your money, you may 3x your money, you may 5 or 10x your money, or 100x it, whatever it is. But you can turn that into a better project. So, that being said, how do you find out these awesome projects that you do want to flip? Well, first off, you have to be on Twitter and Telegram. That's absolutely necessary. You need to, because that's the quickest way to get information. People can post something on Twitter or Telegram a lot more quickly than they can post on YouTube. But there's one thing that if you do this thing, I think you will do better than pretty much anyone else. Now, before we get into exactly what that is, I just wanted to share with you what I think, who I think are some of the people who know the most about NFTs on YouTube and Twitter and Telegram. So we have, in no particular order, we have Journey Crypto, JRNY Crypto. So I think he's done a lot of great stuff with NFTs. He's made a lot of money in NFTs. And he does a very good job of showing you how to pick NFTs. After him, we have Alex Becker. So he has whole guides on buying NFTs. So you could check out his stuff. We also have Crypto FOMO, who's been on the channel previously talking about NFTs. He actually did a whole video teaching us about NFTs and how to invest in blue chip NFTs. And lastly, I would like to recommend this guy, Ryan D. Crypto, or Ryan Crypto, Ryan Crypto. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but he makes amazing videos. He picks out the best projects from what I think. I've been watching a lot of his videos. He picks out very, very good projects, and they're undervalued projects. Like, this would be the ideal channel to go to find the projects to flip, because he's doing a lot of the research for you, and he basically, in his videos, tells you which projects are up and coming, which ones you could potentially flip for a healthy profit. Now, that being said, I think this next thing, if you do this one thing, which I'm about to tell you, you will probably do better than pretty much anyone in NFTs, because you have someone who knows probably the most about the market out there out of a lot of people, doing all the work for you and sharing the results of that work before they share it with anyone else. So what is this and how do you do it? Well, it turns out that Ryan D. Crypto has a Patreon page. All right. And with his Patreon, you can select a membership level, the exclusive access level. Now, granted, $50 a month. That may be a lot for some of you. It may not be a lot for some of you. But with this, you get him telling you pretty much everything about all his research. You can ask him all types of questions. You can see all the stuff that he has here. Early access to any projects he's looking at, be the first to know about projects before they're in videos, exclusive Q&A sessions. So basically, you get to pick the brain of what I would consider an NFT expert. Now, he may not call himself that. I don't exactly know. But I would say this is somebody who knows the most about NFTs and who knows the most about the short-term NFT game plan. You could pick his brain for $50 a month, and you could probably make that back in, I don't know, a few days, a few weeks, buying these NFTs and then reselling them. But I think that alone, if you do that one thing, you'll do better than pretty much anybody else in NFT metaverse world, period. So you can check him out at patreon.com/RyanDCrypto. Ryan Crypto, not exactly sure. So that is that. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know, on Thursday, October 14th, so the same day you're watching this most likely, I'm hosting an AMA on Cointelegraph Markets Pro. So if you are a member of Cointelegraph Markets Pro, there is a link in the description in the pinned comment. You can ask me any questions you want about crypto, about NFTs, about any of that stuff, because I like Cointelegraph Markets Pro because it does all the hard work for you. I'm somewhat lazy when it comes to investing. Well, they give you the news before the news is actually printed. Before the people who write the news get the news, you get the news first. So you can get listings before anybody else. Coinbase listings on average go up 58% and after the news quake. So you could benefit from that. You could also get these Vortex scores where on average above 80 gets about 6 to 8% gains. Above 90 gets even higher than that. I think it's like 8 to 12% gains on any of these. And they've been picking about 50% of the top gaining coins every single week. So you could get all of that stuff with Cointelegraph Markets Pro. And you can ask me any questions you want in the AMA I'm doing. Check that out in the description, the pinned comment. Thank you for watching. I love you all. I'll catch you later. Peace.